What's up, VC? Late in the evening here on a Saturday. How's everyone doing? It's been a few weeks since I've gotten to you, and I found some time today. It was a day, not a great day, beautiful weather. That's a long story. In any case, I did find time to play a whole lot of 45s, so that's good. No, I hope everyone's doing well out there. We sort of been chilling this weekend, family stuff, and I decided today, it's been months, maybe years, I've been sitting on a stack of 45s. I'm like, you know what, today's the day I'm going to play these damn things, and I'm going to show them to you. Yeah, as I said, it's late at night, and hopefully you can hear the crickets and the frogs and stuff, with my window blowing in some nice cool air for a change. Before I show you 45s, a couple of things I'm going to discuss, some audiophile shit. But first, we're listening to Karma Moffett, Chomolhari. This is a new issue on the Morning Trip label, who has been doing some reissues. There we are. Some reissues and some sort of archival. And in this case, well, some of them are like first time on vinyl kind of things. Composers who only recorded the tapes. Some are like some private press jazz records that are actual record reissues. But this is one that was never released as an LP. It was originally a cassette. It's called Sides 1, basically two sides, The Way To and The Way From. Karma Moffett, I think it's from 1984, yep. All sounds composed, performed, and recorded by Karma Moffett, 84. This label's doing really cool stuff. Based out of the US. Chomolhari, Bhutan's deeply venerated guardian peak. While living in San Francisco, I wandered into the Tibet shop in the city. Into the first Tibet shop in the city. I met Dorje Lama, the creator. He became my good friend and guide and introduced me to His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. The 16th Galawa Kanapa, the Venerable Kalu Rinpoche and Tai Situ Rinpoche. He opened the door to the path of inspired and enlightened journey for me. After reading 7 years in Tibet, I created Chomolhari as a mystical journey to higher planes of the majestic mountains. Dorje would say, the wildest dreams of the Americas are the facts of Tibet. That's Karma Moffett from 2021. But this is just out this year. Oh no, it's credited as last year, but in any case, beautiful record. Very minimal, as you're hearing, if you can even hear it. Sounding almost like gamelons, some bells, some very atmospheric, very subtle. The second side, I believe, changes, but it's one of these things that shifts. So that's what we're listening to. This is the 14th release on Morning Trip. I have a bunch of their records now. So yeah, it was a day of 45s, but I wanted to briefly touch on this audiophile Mofi shit. I don't really care all that much. I am interested in it. I am very interested in pressings, sort of the sourcing of pressings, how things get made. You know, it does interest me, and I do feel as though, yeah, Mofi fucked up, but I'm not a huge collector in Mofi. I have 5 to 10 of them. I'm going to show one right now, but yeah, obviously these records still sound good, and I'm sort of all these people that can say that they can tell the difference, like, oh, I knew all along it was digital, or I can tell between analog and digital when I'm listening. Number one, you probably have to have a pretty high rig, which I don't, but I have a decent setup. I just don't buy it that people really could tell, and it doesn't really change the fact that these things still sound good. But again, I don't typically buy audiophile recordings or pressings. I try to find records that I want that do sound good and are pressed well, but that's not something I seek out. I was dipping my toes a little bit over the last few years. Some of the Blue Note reissues I did get, some of the audio analog productions are really some cool stuff they've done. I haven't really shown them, but I did get some of those. In any case, yeah, I'm not an audiophile. I kind of want to be one. I just don't have the money for it, which is sort of my thing. You know, I'm hoping the next sort of big chunk of change I have to really upgrade some more pieces, particularly the turntable. So I want to sort of get to the mid-level, you know, where I have some pretty nice stuff. You've seen in the past I upgraded to the Macintosh amp which I'm happy with. I'm really not going to upgrade that. With the turntable and hopefully the speakers. But in any case, I was just curious because I haven't looked at any of the Mofis I have and just sort of curious on the wording. So I'm going to just look at this together real quick. My Electric Warrior came out last year. This thing does sound fantastic and I love this record. I have the original. Ooh, I still like that crack though. I just want to see what the notes actually say. If it talks about the ultra gain analog process, or what does it show? What does it show? There's all sort of Mofi. Buy the Mofi cleaner, the wash, the sleeves. Yeah. I think the other one says what the sourcing information. Yeah, let's just take a little diversion before we show the 45s. Does it even have it in here? Maybe it doesn't. Oh man, bullshit. Both of them are the ad. Our technology. Oh, here we go. Ultra just one step. That's not what these are. Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab is undisputed leader in science of record technology. Our technique. Here we go. Our original master recordings only utilize the original masters as a source material. The master is played back through our custom electronics to extract the maximum amount of information. Due to the specialized plating process, occasional pops or ticks may be present in initial playback, but as the disc is played, blah blah blah, the stylus will polish the groove walls. So yeah, right there you can see that this is pretty ambiguous as to why there is digital, because it says the master is played back through our custom electronics to extract the maximum amount of information. That sentence right there. I mean, if you read that, I mean, I hadn't read that before, but that pretty much tells you, yeah, we have our own little secret sauce that we use, and now we know what the secret sauce is. But anyway, that's all I'll comment on about this, because as I said, I don't really care, but yeah, they were lying, clearly. And my interest is of just sort of, I like collecting original pressings, and so I'm interested in pressings, and therefore I'm interested in these pressings in a sense. But I'm not a Mofi buyer per se. Like I said, I have 5 or 10 of them. This one, I mean, I'm not really particularly attached to them. I bought the few that have sort of presented themselves to me at Angry Mom for, cost, which is nice. But I don't like paying. I'm not buying one steps. I don't have any one steps, so I'm not paying. I don't like paying $60 and up for audiophile pressings. Anyway, let's get into the 45s because that's why you're here. As I again strive to not make a giant, super long video. The Dischord box. This is the first 6-7 inches, the first 6 EPs on Dischord. First 6 records, with a surprise bonus that was included. The first EPs, these are Seminole Records, Ian MacKaye and Jeff Nelson there. There's a good little small history, a little booklet that's in here, but it's exact reproductions of the first 6 releases, in the exact sleeves with inserts, and the ones that were pressed on color for the first run are pressed on color. Teen Idol's the first. These are all EPs, like some of them have like almost 10 songs. SOA, Henry Rollins, State of Alert. Of course. And I think, was this one on red? One of the, it's funny, these were all $250 postage paid. One of these, I think the other Minor Threat one's on red. But these were all $250 postpaid now. You're talking, these are, yeah. This was I only sort of knew this band, I've heard them, but this was my sort of surprise of the box. Government issue Legless Bull EP. Sort of a little bit left of center, which I dug. Not left of center, but a little bit quirkier than your standard DC hardcore punk. This is the, in my eyes, I think this one's got the red, yeah. So it's cool to get these. These were $50, like everyone in Angry Mom ordered a copy. We did one big order through Dischord, and they shipped us them all individually. And it's sold out right away. Now this is, I think, selling for 3 times as much. Youth Brigade. And here's the surprise, the Slinkies, which was Ian MacKaye's very first band right before Teen Idols, also with Jeff Nelson and Georgie Grindle guitar, Mark Sullivan vocals. These guys were super young. They played like 2 shows, and this is pretty good recording of their rehearsals. I think they played 1 show actually. In any case, wonderful box set. I finally got around to listening to it. Does anyone else have that? Maybe I'm going to show 10 records no one else has. Although some of you have these records in some form, I'm sure. Maybe some of you have this box. But yeah, these next 10 7 inches, EPs, 45s, we'll see. Yeah, sure, these are 10 that no one has. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this artist, Brenda and the Beach Balls. This is Brenda Ray, aka Brenda Kenny, aka Brenda Riddim, Brenda Naffy, whatever. I won't get too much into this because I'm going to do a whole feature on her, but this is her single when she started the Brenda and the Beach Balls imprint, or moniker. This is on the Siren label from '88. She goes back to like the late 70s. This is Do You Hear Me, a re-recording of a song that she put on an earlier single. Does anyone have this one? This is awesome. And again, there'll be a whole feature on her, but dub, post-punk, minimal, sort of lo-fi, definitely DIY, Brenda Ray. Dub is sort of the main, I think, the sort of common undercurrent with all of her music, and along with Freddie Viaduct and Captain Catchpole. We'll talk more about her, but just got this. This is pretty new. The rest of this stuff is all stuff that's been around for like a year. A nice picture sleeve of the Ramona Machine is a punk rocker with I Don't Care on the Sire label. This was cheap for me, but it's going up in value. I don't need to say a whole lot of this. It rocks. Nice picture sleeve. You don't see the Ramones picture sleeves too often. Here's a nice little rockabilly number. Ursel Hickley, Bluebirds Over the Mountain on the Epic label. And hanging around. I buy some country and rockabilly. This is the kind of thing I don't buy many 45s online. A lot of 45s come to the record store and I always look through. I help sell them, grade them. So I always pull stuff aside. If it sounds good to me, I take it home. This one also came in. This is a different thing. This is a split Winston and Ritual Tension on the Rural Tension label. This is a one-off split UK post-punk. What am I doing here? Rural Tension is the label, actually, and it comes with an insert here. I believe it's 82. Hope you're digging this Karma Moffett LP. Yeah, this is the insert. I'm not going to open it up, but it's about, I think it's 2 songs on each side. 1981, Winston with, I think it's just, is it just Winston? This is so confusing. The label's definitely Rural Tension because I looked it up. It's all Winston. It says both songs composed by artists. Winston, Rural Tension. I don't know. It's good. It's UK post-punk. Heavy on the synthesizers, which I always dig. I hadn't heard of this, but I pulled it aside, as I said. This is a favorite 80s pop song, German, Peter Schilling, Major Tom. I just find this to be so catchy. This is a little white label promo on Elektra. Good song. This is something a listener of my radio show Searching for a Thread sent me when I did a Canadian focus. From Chad at CFCR Community Radio Station in Saskatoon. He sent me this record by Witness Inc., who has a bunch of 45s on various sort of small Canadian labels, and they did a version of I Put a Spell on You. Pretty nice. Sort of a rock band, not really psych per se, but this is on the Apex label. Witness Inc. Don't have a year on it, but oh yeah, they gave me a sticker. CFCR. I've been getting a lot of correspondence from listeners and different people hearing my radio show, so that's been nice. A classic soul record. Maybe some of you don't know. I know either 6-Inch Pianist or John Digital Gramophone has talked about James Carr. This is a losing game on the Gold Wax label. His 2 LPs on Gold Wax have gotten to be quite rare. With Let It Happen. I don't think the singles are easy to come by either. Nothing too crazy, but nice sort of soul ballad. A little bit of grit on the Gold Wax label, as I said. Found a Syl Johnson on Twilight. Sorry About That, and Different Strokes. Big break on this one. I think it was Different Strokes that had the break. But I do have a Syl Johnson box set, which is awesome. Excellent artist. I'll have to see the documentary still. 2 different 45s by Bobby Comstock, who's local to Ithaca, actually. Really good garage stompers. This is Bobby Comstock with the Counts doing a version of Tennessee Waltz, and even better was Sweet Talk on the Blaze label, and this is on the Lawn label. Let's Stomp, good one, with I Want to Do It on the Lawn label. As I said, Bobby Comstock. And then some standard stuff here. This is all really basic shit, so you all have these. Ohio, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young with Find the Cost of Freedom. One of the biggest country songs of all time, Harper Valley PTA. I love that song. The Plantation label. Cap Sleeve. Come on, Don. Get it together. Gene Vincent, Blue Jean Bop. I keep these. I mean, these basically cost me nothing. I love the song Barracuda by Heart. Maybe you didn't know that. All-time great video for this, if I can find it. I love Barracuda. For Your Love, the Yardbirds. I like the Yardbirds, don't love them, but I like some of their singles. That's why I kept this one on the Epic label. Big one here, Louis Kingsman with Haunted Castle, which is why I like this on the B-side. Great on the Wand label. Little Devo, yeah, Whip It with Turn Around. Nirvana covered it, you know it. Undisputed Truth, Smiling Faces on Gordy. And You Got the Love I Need. And a bunch of Stones singles. Stones on 45, I love it. Mother's Little Helper. I have some picture sleeves. Different London label here. What a Shame with Heart of Stone. Here's an early UK one on Decca. Off the Hook. I love Off the Hook. And Little Red Rooster. Jumper Jack Flash. All nothing. All clean. That's the other thing. They're all nice shape. And it's just nice to scoop those up at the record store, and they're just, you know, I'm going through them for work, pulling out like stuff to, you know, look up, see if it's rare, or just to sell in our 45 section, which is really not much of a section anymore. It's really mostly dollar stuff. A lot of the stuff that's more than $1 we'll put in box lots, or if it's, you know, 5 and up, we'll put on Discog. So Angry Mom does have a lot of 45s. These are all ones I'm going to sell because I just don't need them. These will be on my Discogs at some point. Aaron Neville on the Parlo label. Great, this is a great Psych 45. I have the LP, so I'm going to keep that. But this is on Dot, the Yankee Dollar. Both songs are on the LP, so I'll sell that. And then, nothing special. Ripcords, Columbia, some Surf, and then another Son of Novelty country song by Mitchell Turok on the Gaiden label. Nothing big there. Yeah, today was, other than listening to all these 45s, I was pulling a whole shitload of records. I'm going to be doing another sale. Curious about this Whatnot thing. Matt Sands mentioned it too. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I don't know if it's quite ready to do real auctions. I went on Whatnot and just checked out what auctions were currently happening, and it was like 4, and none of them were very impressive. And this was a Saturday night. I thought like, oh, there's probably some good stuff going on right now. I didn't see anything, but it was a quick look. But I'll probably do another YouTube stream for the Purge I have. I have 2.5 boxes, standard LP size boxes, not U-Haul boxes. So yeah, probably about 150 records there, various stuff, and not much Psych. I might do like a Psych only sort of auction or sale. I want to prune maybe 25 Psych records. But this stuff is all over the place. A lot of indie, definitely a bunch of jazz, reggae, classic rock. Because I want to raise some money, because I've gone ahead and bought some big pieces, and I've been, doing the thing I'm not supposed to do. Is you're supposed to sell the records you want to purge first, then buy the pieces that you want as a reward. I went the other way around, so now I got to pay that back. So, but I'm happy with the stuff I got. You'll see them at some point. Anyway, a little too much information. Stay tuned for that Purge. It's probably going to be a little bit, we'll see within a few weeks. Probably this month, coming up August. And otherwise, hope everyone's well. It's just a quick video here for you. This again was the Karma Moffett Chomolhari on the morning trip. All right, everybody. Hope everyone's okay.